There we go. Managed to start the recording before they started the game for once. Alright. What? Alright, it looks like Teemo, Kass, Kayle, and Italy are the bans. Chat bans this game. Okay. Yay! There we go. Alright, this game is going to be the round of 4 game. This is going to be Evelynn Child Support versus Enema here in the DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 60. I am definitely percent hype for Enema play. They have some of the most chaotic strategies, or they can play standard. You never know what to expect from these guys. They can run like triple assassin, they can run, you know, like, they can run like double bruiser ATC AP and not have a traditional tank. There's so much that these guys can do. Quad wield chainsaw. For anyone who watches the broadcasts regularly, please pay attention to the game names and to what I cursor over while casting the actual gameplay, because sometimes I see something that's interesting, but I just don't have enough time to say what it is, and I will mouse over it sometimes while talking about other things. So follow my cursor for extra bonus stuff once in a while, and pay attention to the game name. The chat bans were Teemo, Kass, Kayle, and Italy. Infeed plays a ridiculously good Teemo and Italy. Those are good bans, especially against Pex. They're good bans already, and they're even better bans against Pex. Pex being the short for Evelynn Child Support. It's abbreviated PECS. Teemo has a blind, he's fast, he does a lot of damage. And then Kass, he's mobile, he has a silence and slow, and is really hard to kill. Kayle, I have no idea why Kayle is banned constantly. I cannot remember the last time I've actually seen a Kayle just run the show. I don't think it's been ever. Every time I see a Kayle pick, it's always kind of fallen a little flat or just been okay. I've never seen Kayle be an excellent pick in a tournament game. If there's a VOD that proves that wrong, someone show me. I do know, though, that theoretically, Kayle's damage can get completely out of control late game because of the way that she turns her auto attacks into an AoE. She has good chase, she has a move speed buff as well that she can give to someone to help them escape, and she has invincible, which means whoever the burst target is not going to get burst down, they're going to survive. So Kayle does bring some cool things to the table, but I just feel like I've never seen a Kayle deliver, despite how often Kayle gets banned. And Italy, whose poke is outrageous, she gives vision because of her traps. She's just a hassle and annoying, and you can't really deal with her. She sits in the back. You have to walk through her damage to kill her. Mission accomplished. Nidalee dealt damage. Nidalee is dead. Her traps that are on the map still hit you. Mission accomplished. They have vision on you. Ew. So there you go. Looking at the champion select screen bans now. Lulu, Pantheon, Wukong. Panzers, what is he going to play if he can't play those characters? I don't know. Here's what happens. Lulu has a slow, has a health increase, has a shield, brings all these cool things to the table. She's a Barney bag full of bad things to happen to you when you're trying to team fight. If you're trying to escape, Glitterlance's slow is really strong. If you're trying to burst someone down, there's a knockback, airborne, and a health increase on the target, plus a shield. Plus you get crowd controlled on top of that. So here's what happens. You jump out to kill a Vayne, and the Vayne gets a health increase, and you get airborne for a second, which gives Vayne some time to start to react. And then after that, Vayne gets a heal from the damage that... Not a heal. She gets a damage shield, which prevents the damage that you would deal. That's the word I was going for there. And then she condemns you back. And you try and run away, but you get slowed by Glitterlance. And then Vayne just eats you up with the True Silverbolt procs. It's bad times. You don't want to have that. All roads lead to True Silverbolt proc, you die when you try and fight a Vayne with Lulu around. That's the flowchart. That's where it ends at. Pantheon. Durable character because of his shield mechanic. He has Aegis for a stun as well. Great damage, excellent finisher, global map presence because of Grand Skyfall. Pantheon's great. I am a big fan of Pantheon. Wukong. Dash in with Wukong with Nimbus Strike. Pop the ultimate. Airborne everyone. Put out some hurt with Crushing Blow. Figure out who you want to victimize. Crushing Blow them to reduce their armor and then decoy out. and let your team ate that guy, and then Nipa strike back in and abuse somebody else. Wukong is rough. He will wreck people. Arathon wants to see the bracket. I can show you the bracket real quick, man. That's no big deal, Arathon. We're just a champ select. Here you go, dude. I'm looking out. Kha'Zix, Jayce, Elise also banned. Kha'Zix, he can jump out and just he can eat you. You can get eated. Eated's not the right word, but it's the first word that came to mind. Kha'Zix has a slow with the rocket. He can jump over walls that other characters can't because of Evolved Leap. His stealth makes him really annoying because of the ample bushes in the jungle of the map. And his burst damage either A, kills someone, or B, it forces them out of the fight anyway because their health got too low. That's how that works out. Jayce, long-range poke, good in 1v1, fast character, can get mobile on the map. He can run down to the bottom lane, jump out, blat, 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 and someone dies. It's bad times. Elise is also hard to kill. She has a stun, she can hide in the air because of Repel. She does a lot of damage. Elise and Jayce, I'd say, are kind of similar to each other in just the way that they're like 50% durable but not super tanky, and they both can deal a lot of damage. They're both kind of sustainable. How much delay have the stream? About 10 seconds. Between 5 and 10 seconds, roughly. The spectator delay between the actual gameplay, like once it starts, the players get a 3-minute head start over the commentators. Error! Something went wrong. Thank you guys for answering that in the chat, by the way. Wat. Alright, so somebody probably had a client error or some other stuff. Put the overlay up in case something hoo-ha happens. How did Moloko get demodded? That's not right. Is that the real Moloko dude? It's not like a fake alt account. Looks the same. Let's find out if he's still mod. I'll try and time him out and see if it works. And then if it works, let's see. Yep, I can't time you out. It says Moloko is a moderator. You are not the owner of this channel. Oh, it's back? Okay. Ta-da. Wait, no, it's not. Everything's... Guys, calm down. I'm scared. Why Dominion's not popular? Guys, don't all say because Riot hates us, because Riot's cool. They're working on it. Because Dominion is not promoted well. That's really what that comes down to. A lot of people aren't aware that there's even a competitive scene for Dominion at all. There's not a lot of marketing done for it. We do the best we can, but we are a very small group of people that are working other jobs in addition to this, and we're a team of like pure volunteers. So there's me, there's Feedski, and we do a lot of stuff, but we're only a couple guys, man. That's the best way to answer that question. I think I got that right. With some better marketing and some all sorts of other things. If we could get more attention to it, because there's a lot of people that come into the chat all the time and are like, oh man, Dominion's so cool, and I'm like, yeah, it's great. But they just don't know about it. But we're trying to make people know about it. If you play Dominion and you watch this tournament, here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to promote Dominate Dominion chat in games. If you play a game and someone on your team was awesome and you're in Dominion, be like, hey man, you were really good. By the way, there's a chat channel for people who play Dominion. And just post how to join the chat channel, because you know what? A lot of people don't even know how to join the chat channel. You join a chat channel by going to the lower right hand corner, you click view chat rooms or control panel, you click create or join a chat room to open this little box, you type in Dominate Dominion, you hit enter, it puts you over here in this chat room, you go up here, you click the gear, you click auto join and show timestamp, and there you go. But a lot of people don't know the steps to joining chat channels or even know about them. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that love Dominion that aren't on Reddit or on Twitch and just have no way to know about it. Once in a while, we'll make Twitch front page if it's a slow news day. Mobile Fire is going to help us out with some promotion because Mobile Fire is really cool. Tweet about it. Tell your friends. I think that's the best thing to do. We need to have like a... What? Somebody banned Zerzul? That's not okay. I don't think... He couldn't have done anything that bad. The mod police are on it. Go whenever, guys. We're waiting. Whenever it's cleared up. Follow the Twitch chat or the Twitch channel. Hit that button. I'm gonna get up early in the morning. I'm gonna cast the 4 players Liga tournament on the Europe West server. That means I have to get up at 9 a.m. my time. I don't know what time the stream is going to come up at, because I haven't been able to translate the time zones in my head yet. But sometime early in the morning, I think it's like 11 a.m. Eastern? 11 or 12 Eastern? I don't know. Look, I'm in Arizona. Our time zone's screwed up. 9 a.m. Arizona time is when you'll be able to catch that. And that's the Europe West server tournament. If you guys want to check out some Europe West competitive play, it'll be here tomorrow morning for you. Right here. This Twitch channel, Draculon. I'm going to stream it here, right here, twitch.tv/DominateDominion. Follow the Twitch channel so you know when it goes live, and you'll be able to come here and watch it. I don't get to do it regularly because it requires me to have that day off from my job that I work during the week. And I happen to have that day off this week, so hey, I'm going to bring you guys some games. SPG Neo Style is now just known as Neo Style. Okay, so we were done talking about the bans before this happened last time. And in-feed, with that Amumu pick for the team there. Amumu's a great character. He's durable. Lots of AoE damage, snare, stun, awesome. We're seeing Annie over the other side. Annie has a stun, lots of AoE damage, and she's durable, man. She's durable because she has Molten Shield, and Molten Shield is unfair. That is one of the best abilities in the game. Devil Joe, if you want to hear the ban explanations again, you're going to have to watch the VOD, which you can find here in the Twitch archive after the tournament is over, or on Monday you can find the individual game VODs on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/VatoClan. It's where my Gaming Clans media gets posted to. Lurch, with the Leona pick over there. Leona has AoE stun, slow. She has the ultimate gap. She doesn't just have a gap closer. She has a gap team diver thing. Goes to the back target. If you really want to get to that enemy Ezreal, she's going to slap them with her shield. And then they're going to be blinded by the light. And then they will maybe get away because you and Leona are alone in the back of the fight and everyone else hasn't gotten through the meat shield that's protecting Ezreal. Taco Depot, there are 4 bans that you can't see on the screen. They are Teemo, Nidalee, Kayle, and Kassadin. So we do a total of 10 bans here. On Europe West server, there's 6. Lots of grain champs on the left side. What? He's playing the thing, guys! I'll get to that in a moment. Okay. Jarvan. AoE Airborne. Cataclysm spawns terrain, and Jarvan can just duke it out. Zyra. AoE Snare, AoE Airborne, has a slow as well, lots of magic damage. Talon, Silence and slow, they're great. Talon is very bursty, though. He's also very killable, so you gotta watch out for that. But Talon can be real scary. And Karma, Karma's more of a mage than a support these days. And then we're seeing Lee Sin, who makes... Lee Sin's a thing, we see that. Lee Sin doesn't see anything. He is the blind monk. Lee Sin, that's the best way to describe Lee Sin. Lee Sin is a durable character who's pretty sustainable. He has that lifesteal, he has that shield, he can live for a while, he's great. He's durable, he can stand and deliver, good chase, he can kick people out of fights. Elise can do a lot of these things that are like subtly very powerful. And then we're seeing Nasus. And we'll get to that in a moment. Oh yeah, Lawshane, Nasus in Dominion. Infeed is the one guy who runs Nasus, and I think this is the third time I've ever seen it played. In Pays Evelynn Child Support has played approaching 300 games total in competition. Looking at MMKH though on Blitzcrank. MMKH Blitzcrank, where's the flowchart? Yeah, Siren plays decent, Kayle. MMKH on Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank has a stun, airborne, a silence. His mobility is awesome because of overdrive. Blitzcrank brings a lot to the table. He tends to be pretty squishy though, unfortunately, but he's awesome. Now, we're going to take a look at Nasus. Infeed, there are two characters in this game that I really, really like, and they're both mediocre. I'm a huge Nasus fan. He's one of my favorite characters to play, but I find he suffers a little bit in Dominion. However, you'd think that at first glance, wouldn't you? You'd think, well, why would you pick Nasus in Dominion? Nasus has a pretty crippling attack and movement speed slow because of Wither. I mean, they even nerfed Wither before it was, like, even worse than it was now. 50% attack speed slow, 95% movement speed slow. Absolutely brutal, and it lasts a very long time. If you are a melee character, Nasus will shut you down very hard. Nasus around minions, you're not going to dive Nasus because he's going to pop Fury of the Sands or whatever it's called. I'm sorry, I actually don't remember the name despite how much I play him. Because every time I hit it, I can only think Fury of the Storm, which is the name of a song by Dragon Force, and has nothing to do with Nasus at all. But that's what's stuck in my brain. Gives him that health increase, gives him that lifesteal, gives him that AoE damage. His damage just keeps coming up. It's pretty scary. So if you want to dive Nasus around minions, that's not going to happen. If you have Nasus down the bottom lane, Spirit Fire makes for amazing wave clear. He can push extremely hard. If he is in the bottom lane, Siphoning Strike's nice. Siphoning Strike works off of his AD. It can be a free auto attack. So if you want to build some AD on him, like Ravenous Hydra or something, give him even more sustain. Like, what? I'm expecting Ravenous Hydra Nasus bottom lane. But still, we're gonna pay attention to Nasus. Maybe not quite Bone Tooth Necklace level of attention, but we are gonna pay attention to Nasus. You can also substitute that joke as maybe not Cat and Yi reset attention, or maybe not Shaco Batcap. You can write that joke yourself. Basically, I'm going to keep an eye on Nasus early game and show you what abilities he's going to farm up and other things like that. And you guys can see, maybe get a little bit of a idea of what the deal is with him. Because Nasus, man, it's pretty scary. My other favorite champ is Veigar. I love Veigar. He's amazing in Dominion. The only problem is if you cannot land your event horizons, he's going to fail miserably. Hey, shoutouts to Bird in the chat. Thanks for hanging out. Saw him in Cosmo Right stream the other day. Watching some Wind Waker. It was pretty cool. Bird is a super cool guy. He casts some games and is awesome. We're going to load into this game here in just a moment here. I actually don't know how it's pronounced Veigar, or Vigar, but I like that character a lot. He can zone extremely hard in Dominion. He will erase another AP character from the game. He has his Q cooldown can get really, really low, and he can machine gun out interrupts with that. And Dark Matter also, are you going to get hit by it and get interrupted, or are you going to walk away and get interrupted? Either way, Dark Matter makes someone stop capping a point. If you can't land those event horizons, though, you're going to fail. That's the only problem. Because, man, that stun's great. It really shuts down approaches. It's so awesome for delaying, and really lets your team, like, close gaps and do other things because of how long that lingers on the map. It's amazing. It's paper thin. It's pixel thin. You have to be able to land that. If you can land that, he's amazing. Just absolutely unfair character. But if you're going to miss it, you're going to lose. Because he will get... he just does not have the hit points to survive anything. So, he's an awesome champion. Nasus is also an awesome champion, but doesn't see a lot of play because he suffers from being kited. But he will really shut down some AD very hard. Look at these two teams here. This is the round of 4 game. DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 60. I got a little distracted talking to Twitch chat there at the beginning of this game. I'm sorry, guys. This is going to be Evelynn Child Support versus Enema. I'm a big fan of Enema's play. It tends to be really chaotic and crazy, or sometimes they play standard. Sometimes they win big, sometimes they go home. Evelynn Child Support's team is going to consist of Infeed playing as Nasus, Carnival playing as Elise, Dark Lord Blueberry playing as Zyra, Panzer's playing as Jarvan, and Painkiller playing as Amumu. On the other team, Enema is going to consist of Sifu Calvin playing as Talon, Lurch playing as Karma, Cage playing as Blitzcrank, Krog playing as Leona, and Wowix playing as Annie. It's Pepperjack, by the way. I want you guys to tell me in the Twitch chat who you think is going to be the first champion to die in this game. I want to know what your thoughts are in the chat. We'll see who can get it right this time. Starting items here. Oh, Grez is first. Nasus. Grez is first. Lee Sin. They want to know what's going on. And Zyra, that your plant died because it didn't have any ground to grow in.
Welcome to the Crystal Skull.
Nasus is Dance over here with the Lee Sin Safeguard. Safeguard, yes. Sonic Wave, yes. Tempest, that's the name of the other one, okay. See, look. Poison Ivy would be very unhappy with you right now. Look, see, that one died too. It didn't have a... It's so sad. Little plant, I'm scared for you. Tier first, Blitzcrank. We're going to see the MKH Blitzcrank this game, and I love playing MKH style Blitzcrank. We'll try and keep an eye on that build as well. I'm looking at infeed right here, down in the bottom left corner. I want you to pay attention to this, because I'm going to bring this up a couple times during the game, and I might not have time to talk about it. But I will click on Nasus. You can see down here, 2 in Spirit Fire right away, 1 in Siphoning Strike, so he's going to be going for that pusher type Nasus in the bottom. No points in Wither yet. He'll probably pick that up later on. And Karma heading down to the bottom. Yeah, watch that lower left corner, so when I click on champions, you can see what their cooldowns are. You can see how many points they have in which one of their abilities. You can see their buffs and things like that. That's an example of something that I can't say during a cast, but if I click on it, and you glance down there, sometimes you can catch cool things like that that I might not be able to address verbally. The plants! Jumanji attacks! In the jungle, you must wait until the dice read 5 or 8. Top end of the map here. Krog getting away from the team a little bit. Not sure how I feel about that. Lee Sin, his health plummets right away there. Takes an exhaust for his troubles too. Wowix with the Molten Shield. Looks like he might be okay. Nope. Panzers and Painkiller are on the job. Panzers, can you do it, man? Nope. And he says, stop, J4. You're not allowed. I am only 8. That's child abuse. You wouldn't treat your citizens like that, would you? MKH gets low on health, has to leave. Wowix still alive somehow. I don't know if Annie is a Demacian citizen or not, so that joke might have fallen flat like Death Valley. Lee Sin safeguards out. Sifu Calvin does not get caught by the snare. Good for him. Nasus in the bottom. 1 in Wither going for Siphoning Strike and, what is that other thing called? That other thing. Siphoning Strike and Spirit Fire. Mumu catching Painkiller, Mumu catching MKH there. Oh dear, Carnival! That's not very good. And Blitzcrank telling him exactly what's going on. Bandage toss over the wall to Sifu Calvin. Takes a rake and a stun and a uh-oh, bad things happening to Painkiller. Painkiller gets pulled off the tower. Defensive garrison goes down. Amumu, free trip back to the summoner platform as they begin to build this minion wave even harder. Blueberry does have a lot of potential to zone, but not with his mana getting as low as it is here. The AoE is thrown down right there. Only clips Leona, though. And that's crowd control that you would have wanted elsewhere. Tibbers is thrown down above the tower there. Going for Blueberry. Only you can prevent Forest Fire's MKH with the silence. Sifu Calvin, nope! There you go. Zyra passive, very good. Picks up the interrupt right there. Cheese, I'm in control of the top tower right now. But will they be for the duration of the game? Solar Flare! Lee Sin, get back here. You're not allowed to leave. MKH, great grab on Carnival right there. But, unfortunately, with Leona dead, there's no one to capture the tower. Or to interrupt them, rather, so that Carnival would take more damage from it. Great grab on Lee Sin. Pulled him right in the thing. Lurch. Well, Lurch is being Karma. Middle of the map, Panzer's going for the Storm Relic. Rebel Dragon confirmed bias. Vision used over here, and Payzone, Child Support, and crew hanging out. They're staying grouped up. They go for MKH, don't connect, unfortunately. I can't fit everything on my map at once. And the Zenith Blade catches Panzers. Are they going to follow up on this, though? No, they are not. MKH with that Blitzcrank going for Carnival now. Uses that, grabs Painkiller. I think he was looking for Carnival. I'm not sure which one, though. Carnival gets low on health and is taken out. Painkiller now, trying to retreat from the fight as fast as he can. Blitzcrank, you could fit like 12 Amumu's in Blitzcrank's model. And now Panzer's by himself in the lower part. Up the top, Dark Lord Booberry is taken down. Zyra passive, will it kill someone? Yes, it does take down Talon. And Panzer's, is he going to be able to get away? I'm not so sure. Nope. Blitzcrank with that stack field is able to take him down. And the bottom lane, Infeed's keeping this tower pushed towards Lurch's side of the lane. Annie recalled, moments away from being seen by the enemy team. Blitzcrank honking the horn. He wants these minions. And he gets the minions. Whoa, it groups the little gold gains into one so it doesn't splatter everywhere. And at the top end of the map, they are going to lose this point. Talon coming around in the back. For Calvin, they got the snare on him from, yes, are able to deliver the snare and the slow infeed with the exhaust there. Pops the ultimate, is going to stay alive for a little bit. That sustain from Nasus, saving his life in the bottom lane there. Able to turn that around. Nasus is okay. Meanwhile, up at the top end of the map, things are a little bit different. Carnival is low on health, and Painkiller is trying to keep everybody away. MKH is low. But all MKH needs to do is abduct one person. Painkiller low on health, goes for the Banish Toss, does not connect. Annie is able to connect, though, instead. Defensive Garrison goes down to heal the tower. Elise is just waiting. Tags Tibbers, unfortunately. That's not who he was looking for. And Carnival is going to be killed. So they're going to get the top tower in exchange for the bottom, though. Payzone and Child Support still in control of 3 points right now. And Talon down here by himself against Zyra. Not necessarily a favorable matchup, because I don't think Talon quite has the damage to be able to burst Zyra all the way down. Leona by herself at the top end of the map right now. And Blitzcrank goes for the grab, does not connect with Blueberry, unfortunately. Panzers doesn't connect either, but maybe that was just for positioning. I don't know what they're doing with their abilities sometimes, because I cannot see the future yet. Amumu up at the top end of the map. Mumu and Lee Sin want to go for that tower up there. But will they be able to do it? Payzone and Child Support firmly in control of this bottom point. Infeed wants Karma, but I don't think he's going to get it. Carnival and Painkiller assault on the point against Krowag. Krowag, oh dear! That was very unfortunate. Leona being taken down. Carnival versus Wowix's Annie now. And Annie being able to clear out those minions and help a lot in that situation. Lurch and Sifu Calvin coming in from the back. Uh-oh, Lurch has tagged Painkiller. That snare does deliver. Talon helps clean him up. Infeed in the top end of the map now. Wants to bring some of that damage to the top point. Takes a stun for his trouble, though, unfortunately. Sifu Calvin starts to fight with him. And the silence on Infeed there hurts him a little bit, too. Sifu Calvin is going to be taken down. But Annie picks up the double kill. And Zyra still in control of the bottom lane, because the plants, Zyra is an amazing, amazing on-point delay. And a J4 recalling up the top there. Infeed being pursued by MKH. MKH wants to fight on the point, because he wants that tower damage. Uh-oh, I don't like it. Panzers and Infeed plus Painkiller could be bad things for MKH. Painkiller dashes through a minion to get up to Blitzcrank. Wukong puts a little bit of damage on Panzers, but decides against going for the kill, and instead goes for the interrupt on the tower. Not able to save it, unfortunately. They have been able to get their Boneyard back. Uh-oh. Annie was... Actually, it looks like it's going to be okay. I was very tempted to say Annie was, and then leave it at that. But, things turned out okay. Blitzcrank has an idea that something bad is going on, and moves down to the lower half of the map. Idfeed and Blueberry chasing after Lurch now. MKH pulls up, stops, parks, pulls Zyra under the thing, bops her with the airborne, snare goes off as well, so much tower damage, Zyra being cleaned up very quickly down there in the bottom, the crowd control keeping her in tower range, all that extra damage, sealing her fate there, and now Infeed does not have a partner to play with for the moment. And Cheese Enema now in control of 3 points, good job for Cheese Enema, but they have over a 100-point deficit they have to make up. There have been worse deficits than that though, so I am confident that they could turn around.
Blue team's Nexus is at 75% health.
More potions being bought by a couple members of the team. They want to have that extra HP 5. It's very cheap HP 5 too. Engagement over here. Blind engagement. Neither person used vision to start that off. Lots of damage. Down to just Kraug and Wukong now. Every AoE was used right there. Very close quarters fight. MKH comes down from the top. MMKH comes down just in time to pick up the kill on Jarvan. Doesn't connect with the grab, unfortunately. Dark Lord Poohberry may be able to get away from that just fine. And catching Pace of Untitled Sport there defends the windmill. They don't even have to be on the point. Zyra cannot push the windmill alone. In the bottom lane, Infeed is having a pretty good time against Karma, actually. Things seem okay. Going for siphoning first, and then a couple points in the Spirit Fire. And taking another one in Wither recently. So it looks like he might be leveling those other two concurrently to close it out. But we will see. Defensive Garrison goes down at the top tower. They're trying to keep it from getting too low, but that caster, that melee minion man, who's determined. Defensive Garrison by Karma on the tower there. Infeed loves Karma. Karma can't run very fast with Wither on. Spirit Fire taking for a little bit of damage too. Infeed still trying to get the point back. Karma still able to zone him off, thankfully. Middle of the map. Pulling Blueberry into the fight. Airborne on everyone there. Painkiller and Carnival go down. Blueberry has to retreat. No. Not an all-terrain vehicle, MKH. You cannot drive through the forest. Infeed, not going to send Lurch back quite yet. Has to blow the exhaust. Karma with the shield. Infeed still can't get close. Lurch is Karma. Good play down in the bottom lane. Don't get near the minion, Lurch. It's going to kill you. Lurch, I'm scared. Lurch? You have 2-digit health, Lurch. Go home. Thank you. MMKH flowcharted his way down to this point. Carnival is going to stop that from happening, and MKH is going to drive on out of there. Grabs Painkiller, wants to put a little bit of hurt on him. You can see the build from MKH has that Manamune, has that Locket of Iron Solari there. Additionally, he's going to have a lot of mana, be very resistant to armor. The Merc Treads doesn't want to get slowed down. You see him building a longsword as well. Would not be surprised to see that turn to a Brutalizer, actually. Grabs Painkiller, pulls him back. Lurch and him are so close to being able to take him down. Oh, even the Safeguard, not enough to save him. Lee Sin dies as well. Are they going to try and fight Infeed's Nasus down here, though? Pops him with the Airborne, Wither on MKH. I don't like the way this looks. Blueberry is going to join the fight shortly. Talon coming down from the top. Grab on Blueberry into bad things. Sifu Calvin picks up Nasus very quickly. And Blueberry gets the double kill. Thankfully, though, Sifu Calvin is down here and able to defend this point if Zyra wants to make a play. MKH has popped the revive, gotten back. There we go. Yeah, that is going to turn into a Brutalizer, into Yomu's. That's the way MKH likes his Blitzcrank. Solar Flare on Blueberry. Buys time for Sifu Calvin to catch up. Sifu Calvin dies to plants constantly, unfortunately. MKH and Wukong at the top there. J4 with the Cataclysm boxes Wukong in. Things don't look good for him. Zenith Blade on to Carnival. They want Painkiller because he has the least health. There's the Airborne and grab back. Sifu Calvin in with the Rake on Painkiller. The dot damage? No, the ultimate from Talon is going to pick up the kill. And now Panzer's by himself. Sifu and Krog able to help clean that up. Triple kill from Talon. Cheese Enema has pulled ahead in this game. Amumu on his way here, though. Sifu Calvin, you can't recall there. Painkiller Amumu has something to say about that. Safeguard in from Carnival. And they have to hold on to this point. They are low on health. They do not have MMKH, unfortunately. So it's a 4v3 with no MMKH. They have the defender's advantage, but they're pretty low on health, unfortunately. Krog, things don't look good for him as he is taken down. It is now Talon and Annie versus everyone. And is MMKH going to be able to make a difference in this situation? Wukong is still alive up there. MMKH alive as well. Wukong's going to go down, unfortunately. Krog makes it, doesn't connect with the Zenith Blade, unfortunately. Point still neutral for right now, but they don't have any damage champions coming to back this up, so the best they can do is delay for a while. Talon is alive, but he's just too far away. MKH knows he can't really do anything else without members of his team there. And Carnival going to recall. It looks like Blueberry is going to stay active on the map. He has plenty of health, now he has mana from that health relic. The health relics also give mana, very important thing to remember for anyone that doesn't play a lot of Dominion or just plain didn't know. Sifu Calvin, that's not a good place to be. He has to get out of there as fast as possible. Snares are deathly bad for Talon. Airborne on Blueberry, silence as well. If Talon can connect, Blueberry, yes, is going to go down. There is the root from Painkiller's Amumu, though, and that makes bad times for the rest of the team. Wukong by himself. Nope, Cataclysm says you cannot leave. Pays Evelynn Child Support has captured you. And now Leona is sad and lonely. Krog just wants a... ooh, he knew. Krog knew. It's Talon with that Youmuu's IE. Let's take a look back downstairs at Nasus now. Yeah, so he went for a little bit early boosted Spirit Fire, going 2 first, leveling, powering Siphoning Strike as fast as possible, and now he's gone to leveling Wither and Spirit Fire concurrently for the rest of the game here. You can see him with that sustain, got the Spirit Visage there, has the lifesteal from the Grezes as well. A Triforce makes those Q procs hurt even harder than before, and going for a Youmuu's next. Infeed, though, with the ultimate, is he going to be able to live through this? The sustain, the health coming up from Infeed there. Sifu Calvin's plummeting, unfortunately. Panzer's does not have the Cataclysm yet. He used it in that earlier engagement. Infeed looking very strong. Talon went down to gank, and he got ganked back. Krog going to recall. Painkiller dashing over to the minions via the bandage toss. And now things don't look so good for Cheese Enema. They were going okay for a while, and then bad things happened. Karma with the revive, with the garrison, is able to save the tower, just barely. Infeed snared now. Krog, is he going to be able to catch up? Yes, more CC on Infeed, going to enable Lurch to sit down, keep doing the damage. If Krog can stick to Infeed, Infeed will die. And yes, Leona actually picking up the KB there. Top end of the map. Talon destroying Carnival here. Painkiller looks like he's going to fall pretty shortly thereafter. No. The bandage, not the bandage toss, the Curse of the Sad Mummy, rather. Keeping that from happening. Painkiller does go down. Free windmill, but in the bottom lane, they should have an idea that something bad's going to happen. And Sifu Calvin smells what Pazel and Child Support is cooking. He's going to recall back, head straight down to the bottom lane, try and make this a more fair 3v3. Infeed's ultimate is back up now. He is going to use that. Makes for a great dive. Cataclysm boxing things up there. You can't escape Infeed when the Cataclysm is active. But with that tower damage and that damage from Talon, they're able to pick up the kill and defend the point. So what was normally a good situation was mitigated by the fact that Talon can jump over the wall to get in, and they had the tower ticking as well. Blueberry falling back, raked. MKH, uh-oh! Zyra. That was very unfortunate. Safeguard to the tower, because for some reason you can leap strike and safeguard and other things to the towers. the damage from Sifu Calvin. Look at what Talon can do with those auto attacks. Lurch is going to be taken down, unfortunately. Sifu has to run for his freaking life because Demacia is after him, and those two countries do not play nice with each other. Leona coming down as well. Blueberry, well not Blueberry, Wowix rather, is just like, hey, I'm defending the point. Lots of damage goes off at once. Talon with the ultimate, using it to kill Lee Sin right there. Nice play, but he is taken out. Krog trying to solo D on this tower by himself. Does he have the sustainability to do it? I'm not sure. With Eclipse down, he's going to get taken out by Nasus' Q, but it bought enough time for Lurch to get here. The tower is saved. Enema now recovering the next Nexus health gap. They got ahead for a brief moment, and then they plummeted Nexus health, but now they're starting to come back. Annie died. They're going to need help up in the top lane. Are they going to be able to get it, though, is the thing. Nasus with the last whisper now. That's frightening. Grabs Painkiller, pulls him off. Point neutral. MMKH's health goes down. He gets the shield from the mana barrier, though. Keeps diving real hard for Booberry. MMKH not able to take him down, unfortunately. Talon not going to be able to do anything either. Talon needs other people around in order to be able to deliver his damage because he is just so fragile. Evelynn and Child Spot now going for the 3.5 capture. Wowix, that is a dog. I'm scared, Annie. Looks like Infeed's going to back off. Nope, he just wants more Q. He just wants more Q farm. Guys, you can't farm your Q in Dominion. Have you ever seen someone get 315 Q farm at 21 minutes in Summoner's Rift? When have you seen that happen? Guys, you can't farm the Q. Infeed knows what's going on. Krog caught away from the team by himself. Lurch taking a lot of damage now. Is going to be killed. Cataclysm happens. 5v5 team fight. Middle of the map right here. And Enema is on the defensive. Evelynn Child Support winning pretty handily here. Killing one after another kills. J4 and Lee Sin both picking at doubles apiece. There's no one in position to take the bottom lane right now. And Lee Sin dead, so he couldn't back cap if he wanted to. Jarvan, nope, too far away. Bottom point is safe. They did not split anyone off to do that. So it was only 2 points. But here's the other side of that team fight. They lost a team fight, but they didn't gain any ground on either. That was a completely neutral team fight. Evelynn Child Support did not gain any towers. Enema did not lose any towers. Sifu Calvin, though, will get a neutral on the drill. MMKH has a more mana now. Good job, MMKH. And he has the last whisper as well, so they get the neutral on the point. Oh, that grab would have been disastrous for Carnival if it connected. So MKH actually has to drive up into the fight. Sifu Calvin, your health, I'm scared. You're really determined to kill Blueberry. And he does pull it off. MKH, though, dies in the exchange. And Sifu Calvin could kill Carnival, but Panzers is there. He just needs his cooldowns. But he didn't have them. Bad news for Sifu Calvin. Cheeseman is going to take this point. And in this position now, I don't know if there's a lot Cheeseman can do. Cheeseman will have to get this top point soon or another point to start drawing out the game. Because this is starting to get to the point where Evelynn Child Support just grabs the tower and takes it home. Wowix, win big or go home. Zyra, uh-oh. MKH has used the Yomus. I heard that sound effect there. A lot of damage on Captain Blueberry from those auto attacks. MKH, there's the fight Blitzcrank in action. Down just below. Carnival jumps out of the snare. Airborne for his troubles, though. The CC, he gets killed. Blitzcrank finally goes down, which could be bad for their team. Infeed alive now. And with the ultimate active, the damage on Karma. Did you see what he did to Karma? That's not very friendly. That's Stifling Strike. Very dangerous. However, Painkiller up here by himself. See the damage numbers coming off of Sifu Calvin's auto attacks. Painkiller is going to go down. Sifu Calvin is going to be okay. Wowix is able to bail him out from the minions. And Cheeseman is going to get the tower. But Evelynn Child Support is all en route. They only have Annie and Blitzcrank to defend against 4 players. And that is not good odds, especially because of how squishy Blitzcrank is, and not connected with that grab certainly didn't help either. Driving around in the middle of the map. MMKH is rolling. They're able to get a hold of Painkiller and kill him. That's good. But they need to get the point. That's far more important than kills at this stage of the game. Zenith Blade in, tags Booberry. The crowd control goes down. Booberry's still alive. A lot of damage from Sifu Calvin and MKH. Infeed coming in from the back, though. And sorry for playing Nasus. Pretty sure Infeed cleaning that up just won the game. Because now they have to go through Nasus, and I don't know if Kha'Zix can pull it off. Youmuu's Ghostblade is active. He wants to close in. Can Infeed do it? Oh, the stun! Kha'Zix able to shut it down, but Infeed's presence at the top bought time for Carnival to get there. Now Carnival, all he needs to do is delay for a little bit, and they can take home the game. If Nasus hadn't shown up in that fight, Kha'Zix might have been able to get up there and try for a neutral or something like that. That team fight might have ended differently, but Nasus' presence right there at the end of the game to clean that up. Guys, Nasus is viable after all. Pays Evelynn Child Support winning the game. Infeed playing as Nasus in a style of play and champion that we don't get to see very often. And they are going to advance to the finals of this tournament. And that's why I like Cheese Enema. That game was crazy. It was awesome. Freaking MMKH and Talon running around. Like, Sifu Calvin and MMKH, best friends. But Infeed should say sorry for playing Nasus. Take a look at the post-game screen. Ta-da! There you go. There's your builds, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at the damage. That's not the grids. Let's take a look at damage dealt champions. Talon and Zyra both breaking 50k. That's how you know you played a good game, is when you break 50k damage. So there you go. Now, Graveyard Hero. Give a couple predictions real quick before we cut to commercial. Who do you think was Graveyard Hero? I want to see in the chat before I click on it. Remember, this tournament's free to enter. We're going into the finals next. The finals is going to be a best-of-3 series. It's going to be Paizo and Child Support versus... I haven't looked at the tower yet. Or not the tower. I said tower. Darn it, Lurch in the chat. Oh, show crits. Oh, yeah, I can put that up for you there. Kha'Zix. I can put up the crits for you. Where is that at? Largest critical strike. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's kind of unfriendly. I'm scared. Guys, I need an adult. Alright, let's see who was right about Time Spent Dead. Remember, this is a free tournament. You guys can come out and play. Bring your friends. Happens every week. DominateDominion 61 next week. Follow the Twitch channel. We're going to go into the best-of-3 finals coming up next. Time Spent Dead. Ooh. Ooh. Which 1v1 versus Infeed bot crowd? I caught a few of them. Amumu. Like, I did catch some 1v1s, but... Oh well, I'm sorry. I missed it. We need a bottom lane cam, but... Oh! No, I didn't catch that one. Sorry, guys. It will live on in the memories of the spectators and players. Alright, we're going to cut to a commercial real quick, and I will bring you the finals, which is going to be a best-of-3, so we have 2, maybe 3 games coming your way up next.